welcome back to my channel. Sunita here. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everybody had a fantastic Christmas and fantastic New Year. A happy New Year. Welcome to 2022. So what is this video about? Why am I here? What's going on? So I decided to make this video because 2022 is a new year. It means that there's time for change to happen. And that's when people want to do it in January. But I've been trying to do it for the last 6 or so months, really trying to get myself into a position where I feel like I can make changes. So this is where we're at. So like I said, about 6 months ago, I really decided I wanted to make some changes. I felt like my life was going at 1,000,000 miles per hour and it just wasn't slowing down. I was up, down, round and round, and work was super busy, home life was super busy, and we also had Mr. Pandemic to deal with. So a lot has been happening and I just wanted to take control of my life again. So this is what I've been trying to do. So I really wanted to set myself some intentional goals for 2022 because I find that I set myself goals and then I don't really follow up on them because I don't break them down. I don't look at the end picture and then try and work out the steps to get there. I'm just like, this is what I want to do. And then there's no surprise later that a year later that I've made no progress, or I've made little progress. So yeah, I wanted to make some intentional changes to my life, and we can call it goal setting, whatever. But I just want to be a better version of myself. I want to be able to feel like I'm in control of everything. I am organized in my home life, my work life, everything. So the first thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to find some podcasts to listen to, or like some books, like whether they're self-help or not. That's what I was trying to do. It took me a while. It's a minefield of podcasts out there, and what I wanted is like goal setting, like motivation, like that's the kind of thing that I was looking for. But I also, it's a podcast, so I need to, like, the person talking needs to not irritate me, or needs to be talking some sort of facts or know kind of like what they're talking about. So the first The first podcast that I found was called The Mindset Mentor. Wow, it was like it was calling out to me. I was like, mindset mentor, everything that I'm looking for in a podcast. So what I like to do when I find a podcast is I like to go all the way back to the beginning. This podcast I think has been around since 2015 or 2014, something like that. Quite a while. It was over 400 podcasts that he had in his catalogue. So I went all the way back to the beginning to see if he could hook me. And the first episode was quite interesting. And to be fair, most of his podcasts are about 20 minutes long. The guy's called Rob Dial. Don't know if I said that. But he hosts it. And it's no more than 20 minutes. I think the longest that I've listened to him was about 50 minutes, because he had a guest on, and the guest was actually really, really interesting. It was a great episode actually. But it's nice 20 minutes, bite-sized pieces. On the little blurb, which is what sold me, it was that what you were looking for, it was motivation, direction, a focus on life. This is the podcast for you. So I was like, okay, Rob, you've sold me on your little blurb, your little intro sold me. Now let's listen to a podcast. So I listened to the first one. I can't actually remember what it was on, but it hooked me to listen to the next one. And then the next one, they started working through like goals, how to set goals, how to break them down, how to keep yourself accountable, and all of those things. And some of the things that I hadn't even, like, it seems so simple, like why hadn't I even thought about it? So they had these 6 points. So the 6 points were, first one was relationship, personal growth, spirituality, financial, career, and physical health, nutrition, all of that jazz. So those are the 6 different categories for you to look at. And then you had to look at a stop, start, continue. So what do you want to stop doing with these relationships? What do you want to start doing with these relationships? And what do you want to continue doing with these relationships. So relationships can be anything. It doesn't have to be like boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. It can be like best friend, future friends, a boss, colleague, whatever. Any relationship that you want to nurture or that you find valuable to yourself. What do you want to start and continue to do, looking back at the last 6 months. And then you go through all those 6 points and you do the exact same thing for the past 6 months. And that's the first thing. That's where we started. And I actually found that quite difficult to think about, wow, what did you do in the last 6 months for all of these things? When I started to do it, I had just come back off of a maternity leave. So I hadn't really looked at career in such, because I was busy being a mother. So some of the points were actually quite difficult for me to work through, but I stopped and I actually tried to be as realistic as possible. I wrote it all down, so because I'm a visual person, and I want to be able to see physically like what it is that I want to start, continue, blah, blah, blah. But he does recommend that you write it down. He did have a workbook. I didn't check out the website to see if that workbook is still available. So if that's something that you're looking for, check out the Mindset Mentor and go on their website and have a look. I haven't personally browsed their website. I've just been listening to their podcast. So after I did that, then he asks you to look at the next 6 months. What do you want to start, continue for all of those 6 points again? And again, not difficult, but thought-provoking. It made me actually really like think about the things that I need to be doing in these things, or I want to be doing. So I really focused on that, and I really tried to like be as honest as possible with myself. And then there was an episode that like tried to make you think of your reason why, and he gave real life stories, and that's what I like about it. Like, he always relates it back to real life, like maybe a client he's helped or personally that's happened to him. So that was really helpful. And one of them was that there was a lady who wanted to lose like 6 or 7 pounds so that she could be great in a bikini on holiday, because she'd never been in a bikini. And about 3 weeks into her 8-week program of trying to get her to the weight that she wanted to be, she got in a car accident. Her car was totaled, and it was her only means of transport to get to and from the gym, as well as her other stuff. But instead of using the accident as an excuse, she knew that her reason why was because she was going on holiday on this date and she wanted to look a particular way. So her why outweighed the fact that she didn't have a car. So instead she did her cardio. She ran to the gym and she ran back, and that was her cardio. And because her why was so strong, it pushed her to carry on. And I was like, I've never looked at it like that. Like, what is my why? What is my bigger picture? What is my end like goal? What is going to keep me motivated to carry on doing those things? So I found that really, really interesting, and I really love this podcast, and I would definitely recommend it. Another podcast that I found was called the Daily Pep, and it's literally 2 to 3 minutes, Monday to Friday, daily. It's a lady called Meg Kissack. I hope I said that correctly. Meg Kissack. Yeah. And it's called the Daily Pep. I listen to all my podcast on Spotify, so I'm sure I'll be able to find it wherever you listen to yours. And her podcast is rebel rousing, encouragement, creative, multi-passionate, unconventional women. That is what her podcast is about. And she always says it, especially the rebel rousing part. You'll get that every single day, like, hi Daily Peppers. She's very upbeat. She is sharp, short, straight to the point, and you can move on with your day. So I started listening to her, and I listen to her most days, and because they're only really, really short, sometimes you can listen to multiple if you miss one. But obviously, because there's been so many, because she's been around for quite long, I have gone back and listened to old ones, and they really just like pep you up. I like to listen to it in the morning on the either the train going to work, or on the car ride home from doing the school run. I listen to her, just like a little pep in your step, innit? So those other two podcasts that I've really been gravitating towards, which is more for personal growth and personal development. I think the Mindset Mentor one I've really listened to loads. They had a guest on, I can't remember the guest, but the episode before that, it was like 6 things that Fortune 500 people do, and one of them was like a morning routine. They read like 5 books, and there's all sorts of things that they do. So he was like, choose like 1 or 2 of those things that these incredible people already do and try and incorporate that into your life. So one of the things that I decided to do is that I needed a morning routine. My morning routine is rush, and then shout at the kids to get out the house before we have to go and do the school run, and then go and do school. Go to work. So I decided that I was going to get this book. This is the book. The book is called The Miracle Morning. It is the 6 habits that will transform your life before 8 a.m. and it's by Elrod. This person recommended it, another person recommended it on Instagram, but the reviews on Amazon are shocking. Like, they pretty much say that this book is like not great. But I'm a big believer in making your own opinions on stuff. So I'm going to give this a go because I need my life transformed before 8 a.m. Because I run around like a headless chicken pretty much before I have to leave the house, and I want to slow everything down. So that is one of my key goal setting for this year, is that I really want to get a hold on my morning routine and have time for myself in the morning, sort the kids out, go and do the school runs and everything, come back and work. And my day hopefully will start about 6 a.m. and will finish at a reasonable time as well, and I'm not doing like crazy stuff. Yeah, so that is one of my big things that I'm going to do. And with the goal setting, it's breaking it down into manageable pieces. So what I've been trying to do slowly is wake up 5-10 minutes earlier than what I was waking up, so that I can eventually wake up at 6 a.m, get ready before the kids wake up, and just like not feel like I'm just doing a million things. So let's just go through some of the points real quick, and I'll tell you just a quick point of what I want to work on. So one, relationships. So one relationship I really want to work on is with my best friend. Since we've both had kids, we barely see each other unless it's with the kids. So I want to make more time for her so that we can have one-on-one time. Like, we talk on the phone and stuff, but I don't think it's the same as going to dinner or having a glass of wine. So I've told her that at least every 3 to 4 months, me and you, we need to leave the kids at home and we need to go out. And some people might be like, every 3 to 4 months, are you okay? But that's what we can manage. We live about 2 hours away from each other, so it isn't just like down the road. But I think it's about both of us making more effort to see each other. So that's definitely one relationship I want to work on. 2, personal growth. So for me, I'm very socially awkward. Get a drink in me, rabba. But yeah, okay, I don't know if it's maybe it's not socially awkward. Maybe it's just, I'm just awkward, because when I'm around people, if people are listening to me, I start to feel like, oh my God, they're listening to me. Am I even making sense? And then I start getting in my head, and I'll start talking really fast, and then it doesn't make any sense, and then I'll finish the conversation and I'm gone. That is literally how it goes. So I need to I want to be less socially awkward. So I'm going to come up with like some conversation starters that I can start talking to people with, and that subjects that I feel comfortable with. So yeah, that's my personal growth. I want to be able, I would love to be those people that literally talk to anyone. My best friend is like that. She can talk to any and everybody, and I'm just there like, can we go? So I want to be better, because I want to be able to talk to more people and be like, because I feel like, not that I have something to say, that when I'm talking or when I'm saying something, I shouldn't feel that I need to rush through it so that the other person can speak. Because if I take my time and explain something, then you'll get it and you'll understand. So that's definitely one bit of personal growth I want to work on. 3, spirituality. I've been not focused so much on my spiritual self, though. So I like my incense. I don't meditate very often, but I do try to have like 5 minutes to myself to just have quiet time. I've actually really tried to do that, because my life goes a million miles per hour. My brain is always on the go. So when I even have those 5 minutes, I'm already planning the next day and the next day. And I just want to be able to live in the moment. So I want to do more of that. I want to I think that's as far as I need to be at the moment. Light my incense and get in tune with myself, manifesting my dreams, my goal and everything. And I think that can help to align with myself. I had a reading a few months ago. If you watched a couple of vlogs back, I speak about my reading, so go back and watch that. I'll put that in the description. But one of the things it was that they said to me was that my angels are trying to work with me and I need to be more open to my spiritual self. So something I do actually really want to work on. Financial, last year I think I overspent, considering there was no places for people to be going. I think I spent too much there. When I did my end of year budget, I looked at some of the figures and I was like, are you okay? So I need to bring it back. I need to bring it back, because there was so much more that I could have saved. So my financial goal. So last year I set myself a financial goal of £1,500 to save for the year, and I smashed it out the park, if not more. So I think I'm gonna stick to the 1,500, but I also want to get another income on top of it. I feel like not a side hustle, not a second job, more of a side hustle that will earn me some income without too much hard work. I don't know what that looks like yet, but that's something that I'm going to work on, and I will do the stop, start, continue and have a look at that, find my reason why for that. Career, I know what direction I want to go in now. So it's all about studying, doing stuff on the job. So I was going to say what it is that I want to do, but I don't know if it was effort. So I want to be a brand social media manager. That's what I'm looking to do. I love things about brands and how they can bring themselves to the forefront using social media, creating good content, valuable content. That's what I want to do. I've been looking and seeing what my company currently do with their social media, and I think that it's not the area that I want to do social media management in. I want to do it more if even the makeup or fashion industry. I would rather do that, more so the makeup industry, because I love makeup, and I just want to see how that would translate. I'm erring on the side of opening another Instagram account to do this, to see if I can actually build it. But then I was like, well, why don't you just build your social media and use that as the platform to see if you're actually even good at this brand stuff. So something I'm looking into. So I haven't ironed out that one so far, but in the next year or so, that's what I want to look to move into. I'm not enjoying my job anymore. I just feel like I've come to the end of the road in my job, and I really just want to do something fun, something creative, something that will make me push myself outside of my comfort zone. for years and years, I used to work in a training team, and one of the part of the training team is to create content for the training program. And I've worked in financial services and I've worked in retail doing this, like coordination for training. And I've done 2 bits of training materials, one that I actually presented, and one that I was just a booklet for the trainers to train. But I always, and every single manager can vouch for me, that I would always say, I'm not creative, I don't have a creative bone in my body, and all of that. And I come to realise that I was putting limitations on myself by saying that. And in actual fact, it's something that I like to do, is be creative. So why am I holding myself back? I put myself in a box and I locked that box and I threw it away, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And then as I've grown older and I've looked at more things, I like being creative. I like even to put colours together to put on your face as a makeup artist or whatever. You need some sort of creativity in there. You can't, it's not just off the fly, is it? Yeah, so that's one of the things that I want to do. Nutrition, health, physical exercise, all of that, I have been shockingly bad at it. There was a point where I did get good at it, and I was working out 5 days a week. I wasn't eating right, to be fair, because if I had, and that was full on proper lockdowns, I was working out 5 days a week at home with my weights, but I wasn't making any progress because I wasn't eating correctly, and that was the problem. And then I got demotivated. Then I went back to work and everything got on top of me. So one of the things that I definitely want to do is I want to exercise more. So I'm going to start off with twice a week, get some form of exercise in, whether it is a walk or if it's going to be like me actually doing my home workout or whatever it is. I need to do it at least twice a week. And then by the end of the year, I want to have built up to 5 days a week. That's one thing I've definitely looked at. My husband, he's a really big gym buddy and he's really good at eating correctly. I just need to be like, help me. I just need to be better. I do the majority of the cooking, so I can control that in a sense, and I just need to be better at it. So yeah, so those are, from those 6 points, that was a whistle stop tour of some of the things that I want to do. You might look at it and think, oh, you're trying to do a lot, but it's not for me to just do in January straight away. It's for me to space it out through the year, and these are things that can go together. Like I had this talk at work a few months ago, and it was like, do something you need to do with something you want to do, or do something you want to do with something that you need to do. And that's how you kind of like can marry things up. It's not always just do one thing at a time until it's perfected. But yeah, so that's it. That is the whistle stop tour of everything that I not everything, but some of the things that I want to achieve this year. So I hope that, I don't think I gave you any value here. I'm not gonna lie, I just rambled and spoke to you. But this is my accountability. This is what I'm putting out into the world, and this is what I'm gonna try and achieve. So this time next year, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna do a video exactly the same as this and see if I have achieved any of those things. Until next time, my beautifuls, have a great one, and I will see you next time.